Okay, something's wrong with my camera. So right now you're not going to get a stabby, but you're not going to need a stabby right away anyway, because we're going to go through a quick tutorial in the beginning as soon as more people get here. I apologize for the delay. Hey, good morning, Nimsaj. I feel moderately better. I can't get my camera to work. There's a program that I never installed that decided it wanted to install itself on my computer. And it fights with my camera and it usually loses, but this time it won. So I need to fight with it later, not now, because we're doing things and I didn't want you guys to have to wait much longer. So you're looking at just pictures for the moment. So I apologize for that. But it is what it is. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'll fix it. It's just right now I am gonna get on Big Me and we're gonna do a tutorial as soon as I see waiting on Swankery. Because I want to show you all something. Alright, so let's do a display capture of my current display. If we can. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. You're going about as far as we can go. Alright, this is me. And then let me entertain. No, let me show you some things. Alright? So, this morning, there was an update to EHT. Now, if you are a user of Minion, you will have seen this. And let me show you something. While Minion is loading. Sometimes my computer takes a little longer than it should because it's loading the game in the background. All right. So you'll see that there's an update to Essential Housing Tools. All right. It is the version that you saw me using yesterday. The one with the weird colors and everything that looked completely different. It is that version. So some of you, after trying it, may decide you don't like it. And I understand that. I'm not mad about that. It's because it's some people are visual and some people aren't. And I think that, I'm just going to wait for Swanks to show up and then if she's here, because I know she told me she would be here, and then we'll get started on it. Let me fully load into the game and then I'll explain some things. But just for those of you who don't know how to uninstall the program once you have it, I'll do one. Because I don't need this one anymore, this Caro's skill. Hey, Swanks! So what you would do is to uninstall something, you'd hit uninstall, and then you would hit delete. I rarely delete saved variables because it can screw so much up. That's how easy it is to delete an add-on. Alright? But first, let's talk about backing things up. All right, because this is dangerous. Yes, it is colorful. So that's what we're going to talk about today, rolling it back to the previous version if you don't like this. We'll get through it. We'll get to it. Let me show people real quick how to back it up. You go into Documents, Elder Scrolls Online, Live, and instead of going into add-ons, go into saved variables. And here you should see Essential Housing Tools.lua. Okay? What you want to do is right click that and you're going to hit copy. It probably already did the copy, so let me delete that copy. That's an older copy. Copy! And then I would paste it somewhere else, like, although you could paste it here. Paste, and it'll say copy. Okay? So basically what you're doing is you're making a copy of it because this contains, the save variable contains all of your data, meaning everything that you have ever done with EHT effects. So if you've decorated your house and you know something terrible happens and you lose all your data, or your computer gets wiped, or something else terrible happens, you're going to want to have a backup. And the best way to do it is to periodically go into the saved variables and save a copy whatever way you like. If you're the kind of person who likes naming things .back, do .back. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you save a copy of it. So when I say to you, if you want to uninstall the current EHT, what I mean is that when this prompt comes up, I gotta reopen Minion because I'm a dummy, that says, when you uninstall something and it says delete save variables with a checkbox, do not press yes. Do not press yes. I will say that again. Do not press yes. So uninstall, do not press yes. Do not press yes, okay? Then you delete everything else. That's fine, okay? Now, to do it super clean, this is a step you can skip if you're not really into that. Go back to live, go into add-ons, and then you see essential housing tools. Just hit right-click it and delete it. That way it'll be nice and clean, and you don't, that's after you delete it with Minion. And you won't have any problems anymore, okay? Now, to roll back, this is what we're gonna do. Allow me to show you. There's a website called Eso Ui. It is the company that puts out Minion. It's their website, all right? What you would do is you would go to Elder Scrolls Online add-ons and you'd search for essential housing tools. It's that simple. Just to do a search for it. But I have a link that goes directly to it. Look here. You see other files? These are the older versions, going back many versions. Okay? So you're going to want to get the most recent version that isn't this version. This version is 17. So you're going to want 16.3.5, okay? So you click it, and it'll prompt you to download it. And then what you would do is you just, whatever download folder you use, save it, let it download. Now you have the backup version. Okay, this is the older version rather. When it's done downloading, if you have Windows, I'm assuming you have Windows, Swanks. You'll see this here. We're looking at the inside of a zip. So you're going to want to click it, and then you're going to want to do, don't go into the folder, just hold it, and then do extract all. And it's going to prompt you with this. Where do you want it extracted? To this folder? No, we do not want it extracted to my download folder. Where we want it is where it puts it, PC Documents, Elder Scrolls Online, Live, Add-ons. That's where you want it to go. And then just hit select folder right in there. You don't even have to pick anything. Just let it hit select folder and then extract. That's all you need to do. It will extract it. Then when you log into the game again, make sure you have it turned on. You know how you normally turn it on with the enable out-of-date add-ons, because this will be an out-of-date add-on. So you have to enable the out-of-date add-ons, and that's it. You're done. That's how you roll back. You just have to install it from the archive files. So I hope that explains it. If you have problems with it after that, let me know. Now, if you want to upgrade again, let's say something should be fixed with it, or you start to like it again, you know, whatever you want to do. And if this doesn't help, Swanks, we'll walk through it again. I don't mind. I'm fine with that. Let me cover up my thing. I have no problem going through it as many times as you guys want, explaining it as many times as you want. Now, I like the current version for a lot of things, but I have to admit, the visuals on it are a little, I'm not a fan. I think it's a personal taste thing. I don't think it's that there's anything specifically wrong with it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It doesn't really work for me. You see what it looks like now? This. The tips are nice. I don't know how to dismiss the tips. How do you dismiss the tips? Great. I don't know how to dismiss the tips, Cardi. It is busy. It's busy, and I'm one of those people who is really good at remembering text, but I'm not really good at remembering images. Some people are visual. Some people are wordy. What I think would work best for me is if he had an option to go back to the list format. Some people, I think this will be fabulous for. I think some people will love it. I think other people will have trouble with it because it's, for me, I learn better with words. I remember words better. Now, remember, it has the hide and accessible. So if you've ever tried to go to somebody's house and it gives you an error, for example, Ananier's Cold Harbor, because I think it's on the, oh, why did that work? That shouldn't have been red. That shouldn't have worked. Derp. Let's find one that is not. Sort by last visited. All right. Hello. This is the new version. This is the version I was beta testing. I'm kind of surprised he put it in without saying anything, because I was having problems with it and I needed to change some things. So Master Shorty's Twin Arches is not open to me. So if you see, it will give you the error if you do it that way. So if you hide inaccessible, see, Master Shorty's goes away. So that's one way, because he doesn't have his permissions on. So that's one way of doing it. No, I agree with you. Another thing that you can do is sort. So if you want to sort alphabetically, it'll put, for example, A092, whatever this person's name is, ahead of first. It'll show you, though, that I visited last time 112 days ago, and it's been open for 116 days. So there's been no changes since I last visited. So homeowner at name is best for somebody who's just trying to go through things alphabetically. There's also house name. Let's say, oh, Shart, what just happened? Shart, are you still there? It gives you an error if you try to post a link. If you're not there, I'll fix it. Just make sure you say something if you're there. Crap. Why you gotta be stupid? Not you, the game. Users, commands, subscribers. Alright, where's Shart? Oh no! Shart, are you back? Let me just fix it for Shart. There we go. Regular. Edit. True. Sorry about that. You should be able to post links from now on. It is going to say that. Let me explain why. It is not a Trojan. Your antivirus will say that because Cardi does not want to pay the $400 that it would cost him to get a thing from Microsoft to say that it is not a Trojan. And I can't blame him. I mean, he's doing this for free. He shouldn't have to pay $400 to tell you that it's not a Trojan. It's not a Trojan. So ignore the error that says that it could be a Trojan. It is not. The only reason why it does that is because he doesn't want to pay the $400. That might be a processor issue. I don't know. Again, if you want to sort by house name, you can sort by house name. You can sort by house title. Some people name their houses. And last visited is the one that I go by. And you can also look at newest listings, unvisited, and remodeled, which I think is a useful one. But yeah, it's going to tell you that you may have to whitelist it with your virus program, and depending on what virus program, I don't know which one you have. It may end up working, or I don't know how to tell you to go about doing it, because everything is different with each virus program. But I was able to tell Microsoft to shut up, and I just ran it anyway, because it has been checked by multiple companies in the past. He just doesn't want to pay the $400, and I can't really blame him. You know what I mean? So that's the only problem. He wouldn't accept it. I've asked him in the past. I would have paid it. He's just not, he won't accept anybody's money for it. I think in part it's probably a conflict with Zos, but I think it's also just him being him. He just wouldn't accept it. You know how he is. Well, maybe you don't, but he's one of those people that just wouldn't. He just wouldn't. It's sad. He's just won't accept my money, and I would be happy to help fund things, but understandably, he's weird about it. Sorry about that. So that's how you do that. Favorites is pretty obvious. You heart the thing that is a favorite. I'm going to de-heart these because of the way that I had done them before is no longer necessary. I was having trouble de-hearting some things. I don't know why. I would click on them and the heart wouldn't turn black again. So if you want to have a favorite, just, when you're looking at the normal open houses, you see the little black heart? You would click that, and that's how you favorite things. And that means if you want to go back to it, you can go back to it again later, if you really liked a house, or let's say you're gonna do a tour. Yeah, I know. I kind of suspect that this is Architectura and not Cardi who wanted the change in the UI, but I know it's a problem for some people, and that's why we're going through how to roll it back. I just unfavorited these. Did you guys see that? I think, or am I going crazy? I unfavorited. Yeah, they're not going away. I know, I'm sorry. I sent a mail to Cardi about it, and he hasn't gotten it yet, I don't think. See here, it'll say, let me show you something. Add private notes. Okay. So if you click there, you can, whoa, that is not what I'm trying to do. Sorry. If you click on the add private notes, you can just type in anything. My house, this stinks, awesome house, whatever you want to type to help you remember something, you can add the private notes. This is not something that other people see. It's only what you see. When you go into your own homes, you can make them public houses, make them unpublic houses. So here you'll see my Al-Valathi has been an open house for 109 days. I don't have my Alinar Crest listed. I suppose that if I click this, I can list it as an open house. Hey, look, he added the blurb. That's awesome. By listing any home as an open house, you are publicly inviting any and all members of the essential housing community, including individuals, streamers, and bloggers, to visit, share, and stream your home. He did add it. He snuck that in. Good job, Cardi. That makes me happy. So that's in now. Now we can tell people that they're stinkers and that they have to fix it. You can share a link to the home, and you can share the FX this way. So like, for example, if I wanted to share with chat, anybody who's on and in the chat channel that I'm sharing with and has EHT would get all of the effects. We can go over that some other time, but the point is, yeah, exactly. I do hope that the first time somebody runs it, it gives you that pop-up and tells you that. So you don't, like, if you have already open houses, you may want to delist if that's not your bag. But I think that's a good thing to have, is maybe for this version, until he updates to the next version, it should say that every time you log in. Just saying. Oh, look, you even get a picture of my face, even though I'm not able to do it right now. I'm having computer issues. Don't know why it's being stupid. Okay, so let's talk more about this. My furniture. If you have DecoTrack installed, it coordinates with the hub in that you can search for example, music box. Just type in music, hit enter. And there it tells you where your music boxes are. In this case, it's Blackvine Villa, Grand Sigic, Forsaken Stronghold, Grand Sigic. So if you're looking for a particular item that you own, you can just type it in and it'll show you where it is. So, what's something weird? Greenhouse. I don't know. I have all my greenhouses are in Grand Topol right now. So there you go. It's true. So if you ever lost your items and you really want to know where they are, DecoTrack is worth installing as a separate add-on, but it works with EHT. It also works alone, but I'm not familiar with how it works alone because I've never played with that. So my guess is that a lot of people are probably going to roll back right now because of there's some perhaps growing pains with it, but I think it'll get better. I think it'll get better. I really do. I think it's going to improve over time. I love DecoTrack too. It is a way of life. So let's Zen, are you on? Zen and I were talking this morning. I was telling her I was waiting on her on doing her house until she was on. Oh, I'm not touching those windmills. I have one and I don't know what to use it for. She also said that I could look at it whenever I wanted. She really wanted me to visit it. So let's go to Zendira's Varlasavia Alien Ruins, and then we're going to talk more about other things. If you guys want, I just want to talk to you about something. I've been feeling pretty depressed lately about my stream and was thinking about quitting. But I've given myself some pep talks, and I think what I'm going to do instead is we're going to try something different today after we look at a couple of houses. I am going to Bob Ross it, which is to say that I'm not going to stress. I'm going to be very chill. We're going to go to one of my houses and we're going to work on building a house together. And I want to start from scratch so that you can see how to build a house from scratch. And, oh, that might work, Ollie. And I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't have a vision for it yet. It may suck. It may end up well, I gotta be honest, Swinks. What it's come down to is, like, I've been seeing things that are so beyond anything I could even conceptualize. Some of your work, some of the EUers' work, some other people's work, that I just feel like, why am I even doing this? I'll never be happy with anything that I build because it's never going to be that good. And then I realized that I was looking at it the wrong way. So we're gonna just make happy little trees. I'm serious. And if it sucks, it sucks. Silvervind! We're going to go over to EU and look at your house today, Silvervind. I think that's what we're going to do as soon as we finish Zen's, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll work on Bob Rossing it. All right, check this out. That's pretty awesome. So what Zendira here has done with 40 effects out of 2,000. I promised both of you I'd look at your house, Silvervind. I promise we're going over to Easter right after this. She's added this stuff. You know what though? Even if I don't have a vision, a lot of you don't know how to build a freestanding and are afraid to. So maybe I can walk you through it. Even if it ends up not looking good, maybe I'll be teaching you something, you know? So what? It's ugly. Big deal. I'll still teach it to you. I notice we also have lots of spider webs here and a scared new Zima. Oh, look at that. So this is the alien ruins house. Still not 100% sure how to get around in here, but I'm liking it. Sorry, my camera's not working. It might end up working better for the, Serene, what are you? Oh, she got a fish! Look at that. That's adorable. Might end up working for lag. It might end up helping with lag problems. Now, I can't promise you that my work is going to end up being something to be proud of. But I'm so ashamed, and I think it's kind of killed my get up and go of trying to build anything anymore. And I just decided I'm going to listen to Bob. Bob always says, stop judging yourself. Just be happy. Just enjoy doing it. So we're going to just enjoy doing it. If it doesn't come out the way we like, so what? I guess some people are going to judge me and think that I'm not good enough. I guess I'm afraid of that. But it is what it is. I'll be right back. I got to get my second coffee. Sorry, guys. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I guess I had this feeling that that people would look at it and think that I wasn't good enough to watch as a streamer. It is. This is called Apocrypha Storm. Here. It's a great little effect, one of my favorites. And then it was also mixed with magic. So there's magic in there as well as Apocrypha Storm. And Zendira is a very avid user of effects, and I'm a big fan. Zen's work is very inspiring to me. Maelstrom, Apocrypha Maelstrom, Maelstrom Apocrypha. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, and you know, there's holy crow, Zen. That's amazing. That's gorgeous. Yeah, there's lots of fun things you can do with that effect. It's true. I think part of the problem is that when I go to other people's houses, sometimes recently, I've just been feeling so like, what's the point? And then I realized that the point is to enjoy it. And if it's not the best, well, everybody except for one person's is not going to be the best, and it's all subjective, like I always say. I love this. And maybe it'll get the juices flowing. And, you know, if I never, ever become as good as some other people, that's okay. Because I have other strengths. My other strengths include helping to teach people like you guys. I think, anyway. What on earth is going on here? Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a heart. Somebody cut out a heart and has blood and... Hey, Zen! I'm waiting for my light to go back out because this effect was really cool. I just needed to see what you had there. It's allowed, Zen. I'll allow it. We're exploring your beautiful home. I was enjoying the waterfall, and as soon as this light goes out, you'll see. Look at that! Look at that! Isn't that amazing? The magic crackle. You can open this? I didn't think you could open this. Yeah, I mean, Swankery's work is amazing. Just flat out amazing. Look at this waterfall. Zen's work is amazing. Research Monkey's work is amazing. There's so many beautiful, amazing things. Thank you. You know, and I think that's the truth, is I really do appreciate it. Ah, the mage is trying. I didn't see them. I'm a dumma. She's trying. Got it, got it. So she's got to sacrifice here to try to open the door, but she's a dummy. Got it. Makes sense. Look at the colors. And the thing is that it's like, sure thing. We were talking EHTT all morning, and we can continue to do so. I am here for questions. I think my best quality is how much I love housing. So if I just squee over everything, that's what I've been focusing on. But I should try to do more of my own. Okay, I will. Look at the lady tree combined with multiple. That's beautiful. She's making all sorts of pretty just art things. When you first enter, for some reason the first bell rings, and it also sets off the door upstairs even though it's not linked. What bell? See, part of the problem is I don't have my sound on. Yes, it is beautiful. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Ananier, but it's hard to be proud of something when you're like, oh, I'm not proud of this. You know, when you're just like, it's okay, but it's not what I'm trying to express or whatever, you know? And then I just destroyed a whole build yesterday. See that alien switch? Okay, hold on. It's down. All right. It should be up. My guess is that it's not resetting. Are you using actions? Or are you using triggers? Because if you're using triggers, it won't. But if you're using actions, you're not using either? Well, that's probably why it won't reset. Oh. That's interesting. I think, honestly, I think some certain items are triggered to set up, or, you know, like how the Jester's boxes, when you first walk in a house, the Jester boxes, and when you look at them, they pop. It might be like that, where these items are just going to go off. I can test it. I'm good at funny builds. I suspect it's like the Jester's box then, but I have to test it for you to make sure that I'm not just talking out my ass. So let me test it after the stream, and I'll see if that's what it is. But that would be my guess. Yeah, I think it's possible. Maybe not the bell, but the switch, yeah. I don't know about the bell. The bells shouldn't do that. The bells don't go off when you just come in a house, I don't think. It could be like the frog collar. Doesn't the frog collar turn itself on? Well, after I'm done, yeah. If I don't fall right asleep. So, check it out. This has 3 pools on it. Oh, it does. That could be it. It could be the default state that it goes to. Dead cat. You didn't put anything in the dead cat! How could you? Oh my goodness, look at all these. Look at all these vampire windows. My goodness, how many Harrow Storms have you done? Yeah, I mean, my guess is it would be like the frog collar, but I don't know. They do. I don't don't understand this house. Like, the base house. This house is fine. Oh, look at all the sparkles coming up out of the water. It's like it's magic water. I didn't even notice that. I promised I would go over to more over here. EU and look at silver vents. I've been promising them that for days. Unfortunately, I was a moron, and I was waiting on them the last 2 days ago, and then yesterday I wasn't feeling well enough to stream, so I wonder if I can jump down here without dying. Uh-oh. Guess not. Ruin that's become active. Okay. Because somebody's camping there? I gotta find the cave I was told about. Oh, okay. That is a funny death, isn't it? That's me. By the way, is there anything you do to improve your chances of getting the stained glass one? Oh, no. No, I don't think so. See, there's a lot of things that people say about rumors and things like that. I say if it's not in the patch notes, it's not true. Because a lot of people have those theories about, like, cooldowns on drops and things like that. There is statement about cooldowns on drops in the patch notes about Halloween, the Halloween contest, the skulls. They did go into and explain that there were cooldowns with the skulls at one point. Otherwise, anything that anyone has ever said about cooldowns, as far as I know, because I've read all the patch notes, disco are completely theory, conjecture. I've never asked Hardy, but as far as I know, and I don't think he can tell me if it's otherwise, but I really do think it's RNG. But I did read some people debating that perhaps the RNG is tweaked in a way that the algorithms don't really work the way that they should, but there's no way that we could ever prove that. But as for whether things work better one way or the other, I think anybody's tested results are going to be skewed just because RNG is like that. This is a beautiful cave with all the little blues. It's possible. It's truly possible, Koshkim. I don't know. I've read some people say that they've had better luck when they just do one a day. Is that true? I don't know. I bet you. Let me turn off the, let me do night mode. We'll work on my night modes. Alright, there's a night mode here. Now, of course, night mode only just turns down your, oh my god, what's it called? The light. 6, I've been feeding you forever. Yes. My gut instinct says, and this is all theoretical, that in order to favor people who might be gamma, thank you, Swanks, it only turns down my gamma, so it doesn't really, act like it's really nighttime, but it's as close as we're gonna get. Isn't it beautiful? This is Zendiris. And then you turn it off again by clicking that. So yes, it does look more beautiful at night. Gorgeous. Did I miss anything? I'm sure I have, but I'm not completely familiar with this house yet. What was I saying? My gut instinct is that in order to reward casuals and get them to keep on playing, there may be, and this is theoretical, this is me spinning bullshit, alright? Don't trust this is truth, because this is my theory, is that, okay, I'm going to head over to EU to look at silver bins, because I've been promising them. My theory is that in order to reward casuals, it's possible that they wait the drops a little heavier for people who are just logging in or on for a little time, and then over time that you're on, it may decrease. The reason I say that is because there's a chance. Have you guys ever noticed that sometimes you'll go to a delve and it's the first time you've gone to the delve, so all the urns are full, right? Then the next delve you go to, all the urns are full. Then the next one you go to, the urns are about half full or a sixth full. And then the last time, there's none. What seems to happen to me, I think, is, and I call that being loot locked. And I think what happens is that you have a greater chance of coming into a delve and having no loot. Or half loot or a sixth loot or something like that, the more that you do them in a row. I think it's to favor people who aren't farming. I mean, there's also sorts of theories that are out there. But I will say that it's pretty much it's absolutely provable that sometimes when you go to delves, there will be full, and then other times you go to delves, they'll have nothing. And I've never, Dwemer, anything, Vardenfell, whatever kind of urns you want to talk about. In general, any delve, if you go to any delve, if you port in, like a lot of times, always the first time there's stuff in there. But beyond that, beyond that, I find that you have a good chance of not getting anything. Or half full or whatever. I mean, I don't know anything about crates. Like, for me, I don't know. But let's go to Silvervin's home real quick. Right. It's something like that. I don't know if they ever announced that, like what it is, but it's pretty clear that there will be times that you go into a delve and there's nothing in there. I mean, it's not like we're making that up. Silvervind. Alright, let's do Silvervind. We want yeah, right? Which house is it again, Silver? I know you told me 100 times, and I apologize. See, this is all theory now. Okay? Just to be clear, this is all theory. None of us know. The only thing we know is that that Hallow Skulls are definitely timed. They said so. They've admitted it. And then the other thing we know for sure is that, I'm waiting for Silvervind to tell me which house it is again. Wait, actually, let me look at their post. Thank you. Princely Dawnlight. That's the Easter one, right? All right. Away we go. Animal Kingdom. And that the other thing we know is that sometimes you can go to a delve and there'll be nothing in it, and it's never the first time you go. So we know that those two things are facts. Beyond that, anything is theory. I wouldn't take anything as fact. You can have theories out the butt, but those two things are fact. All right, is this your Easter house? Thank you, Engineer. Oh, I appreciate that. So sweet. All right. Is that you? Is that you? You're a librarian. Oh, what is that? Is that opal? Are you wearing an opalescent outfit? That looks really cool. All right. So we're in Princely Dawnlight, which looks nothing like Princely Dawnlight. And we got two little duders here, two little Welwas. sitting here with their bags ready to go. I don't know if they're coming along with us or if they're their bags. And then we have a bunny! It's the bunny, folks. It's the brown bunny. Look how cute. Up and around. This looks nothing like the normal Princely Dawnlight, which is fine. What is the bunny doing? I mean, if this is an Easter build, maybe we should follow the bunny? Ah, yes. I think I saw that. I remember squeeing over something like that. It's up over a hill that you have to follow the busts to. What am I looking at? Oh, monkey stuff! You put a banana and bunnies. The bunny is hiding presents for the monkey? Is that what this is? That'd be adorable. He's not hiding it very well. He's just standing here. Well, the only thing that I'm taking for confirmation is stuff that they put in their patch notes, or things that are indisputable, like going to delves. Sometimes there are and sometimes there aren't items. Where did he hide here? I mean, that's pretty much indisputable, both of those facts. More bananas. So they hide bananas instead of eggs? Oh, that looks good. Grilled bananas. The rabbit is a thief! Stealing! And then hiding things from the banana trees. Oh, look, they even made them banana trees by putting bananas in there. And apples. What is this? The rabbit is a squirrel and is stealing things. I mean, there's a lot of issues with... I'm glad you're here to lead me through this, because honestly, I probably wouldn't have gone the right way. Knowing me. There's some skellies here and rocks. And what's in there? You know, I don't know how bad their code is, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's good or bad or ugly or what. Wait. What happened? It's beautiful in here. Is this, you're excavating a vampire or some sort of chapel. Ah, it's a hidden area. Okay, yeah, no, I wouldn't have found it. I'm bad at the sneakies. I know where the code is flawed is definitely with building because of the limitations of databases, but I don't know anything about whether or not their RNG is flawed. What am I supposed to see? The bunny stole something? Did the bunny steal booze? Where'd they put the booze? I'm glad you're leading me, because I am so bad at this. Pee! And then we are praying to the monkey god? Yes, we are! I thought we weren't. But we're praying, we're giving praises to King Monkey. Okay, he is really cute, that guy. That piggy. He's adorable. As well, there should be, in the Jester's Coffer, bananas. You know what's funny? One of my guildmates is actually going by the name of Banana Sweet Roll. And I'm like, oh my god, do you have a death wish? Because I would eat you. What's in here? More bananas and a cute place to sleep. Adorable. Another Jester's Coffer, which was perfect for Jester's Day. Okay. Adorable. And then in the display case. If you like bananas, this is where to be. It's bananas. Get it? And then this piggy is eating fruit and cake. You know, I would love to know, but I don't think we'll ever know. whether or not it's, you know, like RNG is flawed or whatever. I like the floating flowers and the fishies. I've been thinking about putting fishies in one of my lakes with EHT, but I'm not sure how it would look from above because they're not 3D. They're just 2D. So they might look like paper floating around. Is this where the piggies sleep or poop? Ah! I'm locking up. Hello. Skittle, you locked up my stream. I don't know how. I'm kidding. You didn't really. Is this another sneaky? I did see it. I've toured your moon sugar. This is beautiful. If I didn't, hold on. Let me find the date of when I toured your. I loved it. I squeed all about it. I will find the exact date. Hold on. If I'm right about it. If I'm not, I apologize, but I could swear that I did. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, October 4th was Desert and Forest. So that was the first time I toured it, but that was a different build. Unless have you changed it since then? You said you did an Argonian, so it must be different. Let me check. So, let me just sum up. So we've got a desert area. I didn't get to see this part. This is beautiful. All the red flowers. Oh, Dibella. It's a Dibella garden. So 694 out of 700. So look at how, first of all, you've changed it completely. But secondly, look at how it fills up this area. Just the amount of stuff to make it idyllic and small. You have to use up so many items. One day, folks, one day we will get our one day we'll get some fix for that, I'm sure, if the game lasts that long. Let me check your moon sugar and see if I've seen it before. Moon sugar, why than a mile? A piece of Merkmeyer. I know I did see a Merkmeyer one, but I don't know if it was yours. No, I don't think so. Not sure. That's Sherry over in the corner, by the way. She's cute, but evil. As kitties are. Yeah. Ooh. Nope, this is not the one I saw. Okay, this is different. So we've got... Oh, wow. Lots of detail. A bank. Money. Paper. No effects. 700 out of 700. And to get something to look this jungly is a lot of items. In fact, I was just watching a video yesterday about them changing Cyrodiil from, historically, in a lot of everything, it was supposed to be a thick, lush jungle like this. And then they retconned it to be just regular plains for a multitude of reasons. But this is probably what Cyrodiil was supposed to look like. And then they had it so that, I think it was Talos changed it with his magic to become a grasslands instead of a jungle. But what's funny is that he actually somehow managed to do it back in time to prior to him ever living, because in our timeline, which is before Oblivion, before Morrowind, beautiful. It is also a plains land, which is weird. So apparently he just transformed it into Plains land. Back in time too. It is stunning. I'm getting a little turnaround. Let me start back at the front. So we have a little camp here. I'm not sure where the path is. That's my problem. Maybe it doesn't have a path. We're over the water. So it's swampy. And we got fishies. Fishies drying. The boat's here. Alright, look at that view. Isn't that stunning from the mushroom or the limestone? That could be a painting. This could be a painting. It's just that beautiful. Great use of the Murkmire plants, by the way. And the Murkmire stuff. Because you've got a lot of the unique Murkmire stuff going on in here. And it looks lovely. The mushrooms are well done. That's a Murkmire thing, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe Debella. I can't remember. But beautiful. I'm babbly today. Please ignore my babbles. Oh, you have a lit path. I'm a dummy. My fiddleheads are coming up outside. My mother-in-law suggested we saute them. I didn't know that people sauteed fiddleheads, but apparently they do. But then you wouldn't have ferns. And wouldn't that be sad? No, my camera's not working today. So I just stuck a picture of my display on my other account, on my other screen. So right now it changes every 10 minutes. Right now it happens to be Sherry. But it'll change again. See, I want to do something like this with the house I'm going to work on today, which is all the little walkways. Yeah, I have issues today. I don't know what's going on. My camera won't turn on. Ooh, sneaky, sneaky. And then we have... Oh, wow, she's like a goddess. She strikes me like she's a goddess. What is she? Is it just art, or is she represent something Murkmire-y? She's beautiful. Maybe they worship here. Worship. Oh, don't be bad. You didn't do anything wrong. And again, this is the beautiful kitchen with clutter. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, because Talos, who is the one who changed it, magically, doesn't even exist right now. So he retroactively managed to do his magic. This is beautiful. I think your experience in doing Murkmire houses really shows. Because I think that it's just stunning. We'll just pretend that this is Cyrodiil. How's that? The whole thing. This, believe it or not, is Moonsugar Meadow. It's a total jungle of beauty. Redone by Silverwind. Alright, so I think I've seen it all. Breathe. Breathe, Karen, breathe. And so what I'm going to do is go back over to NA because I was going to do my Bob Ross thing today with you folks. I don't know why it's been more than 10 minutes with Sherry over there. It shouldn't be. It should change eventually. Guar be cute! Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. Hopefully no embarrassing pictures come up. Alright. I'm gonna light a candle because one of my cats made a smell that is inhuman because they aren't human. Hold on. My stinky cats smelled up the house. Alright. Candle going. Ah, that is a picture of Sherman and my husband's feet. They were buds. They were tight. Sherman's since passed away, but they were very, very tight. All right. There we go. My cat is stinky. Stinky cat. Stinky cat. All right. So what I was going to do is we're going to go do a little bit of Bob Ross. I have an idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with where I was going to do it. Topol. Now, of course, I have to start with something stupid hard because that's so typical me. What I was going to do was start with a glass floor over the water. And because I'm a moron, and that's stupid hard, I'm going to be trying to do it. And so yesterday I was playing around with this. This is hard to tell if it's flat or not because the ground is not flat here. So the best way to check to see if it's flat or not is hit Q and then look at the pitch. The pitch would be 360 or 0. There you go. Yaw probably should be 360, but we'll leave it alone. And roll would be 45. Doesn't want to be 45. No, we'll go down back to...
Good morning, Stabby and crew.
Thank you! 43. I like 43 better. And then yaw would be also 0. Not that that matters because we're going to put it in different places. So, thank you so much for the follow. What I'm going to do is basically I want to create a glass floor over the water, right? So I have, let me select all of these. We go into EHT, go housing tools. We're going to do select all items, same as target. Oh, thanks. I had wanted to make a house like this before, and then I saw a Swankery's and I was like, I give up. Because hers was better than anything I could imagine doing. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to just totally not be like that. Where did I put all my greenhouses? I thought they were all in here. Didn't I leave them all in here? I did. All items same as target. All of them should have lit up, not just that one. Oh, that's not working. Great. Wonderful. All items same as target isn't working anymore. Woo! Fabulous. Alright, tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna use radius instead. And then we'll deselect things. Radius, same as target, might work. Why aren't you... Why isn't this working at all? Oh wow, this is just not working. I think the new version maybe just borked. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn off the community and come back in just with EHT on. Because it's all broken now. Do, 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 do. You know my cat Van Gogh, his name was originally Osiris. Before the people got him at the at what? Really? Well, I guess I'm back. I guess I'm going to be rolling back. If I can't even work with EHT, I'm going to be rolling back. So let's go through that again, shall we? Except this time we'll really do it. Alright, so I already backed up my stuff. So we're going to do rollback. Rollback. We've got... Oops, I should probably make that the full size thing. We're going to uninstall EHT. And we are not going to delete save variables. Then we're going to go into, yeah, this is just something's wrong with this. Essential housing tools. In the add-ons folder, we're just going to delete the whole thing. Oh, I have to close the community first. It won't let you do it unless you close the little community blue house. So if you right-click the blue house and just hit exit, okay, and we're going to delete this. Oops. And it'll let you do it. See? Now, I had already downloaded the previous version. So we want 16.3 zip. We're going to extract all. We're going to browse. We want it to go to that folder, the add-ons folder. Select folder. Extract. And then we're going to let it do its thing. So now you get to see it twice. If you didn't get it the first time. What's weird is the one I was using yesterday worked fine. So the beta version I was using worked fine. This version does not work fine. I'm not sure why. The next thing I'm going to want to do is go into Essential Housing Tools and make sure that I have the community installed. See this updater? We're going to run that. And I say, more info, run it anyway. Because I know it's not a problem. I know that what it reads as a problem is not a problem. So it's installed now. So what I'm going to do is run ESO. Even though it doesn't want to run. And we wait for it to load. So there you go. That should work. Yeah, I'm going to ask him to do a written version as well. Yeah, that's Sherman. That's Sherman. He passed away a few years ago. He was my husband's beloved cat. He was very, very special boy. Very charismatic. Just a good, good kitty. Why are you being small and you shouldn't be small? You should be big and you should be small. Don't be stupid. He a good boy. He was special. mean, I think it's gonna hurt his feelings, but I don't know how else to tell him. Hello, Gramington. Hello, Sonia. Hey, I gotta ask, does Sonia not stream anymore? Is she done streaming? Crap, I forgot to check my add-ons. Crap, crap, crap. Great. I'm gonna do something you should never do. I am going to reload it now. Shermie was a good boy. I miss Shermie. Ah, okay. Well, if she gets back into it, have her let me know so that I can promote her again. I understand the way life works like that. I've been struggling myself because I haven't been feeling well. My camera isn't working, by the way, in case you're wondering why we're looking at feet. Let's see if I can find a better one. Oh, I look terrible in that picture. Awful angle. Go! That one's alright. I look sad, but it's alright. Artwane, thank you! Why do I look so sad? There we go. There's one I am approval. One with makeup on. Alright, now what I need to do is check add-ons, because that was stupid of me. Alright, we gotta make sure essential housing tools and the community are both checked. I think that's it. Play. Man, all this just to Bob Ross it, man. That's all I wanted to do. Make some happy little trees. But you know, the reality is of building, it's slow. It's a pain in the butt. You could spend a lot of work doing something that doesn't work out right. There's lots of problems with it. And the load screen boss is the worst. So basically what I want to do is create a floor with the greenhouses. Then I'm going to have them all turn to the same angle, orientation, etc. of the house that I've already done the way I want it. Hopefully. Hopefully. It will work. But it's a test, you know? It's like anything with housing. Sometimes you just gotta test it and see. It doesn't always work. I mean, I'm not a math person, so sometimes I can't visualize what EHT is going to do if I select something. So, alright, let's try this again now, shall we? Alright, essential housing tools, we want all items same as target. We're gonna do that. See if it works. That worked. That selected them all. Alright. Then what we have to make sure we do is deselect the one that's in the position that I already want it. Okay? Because that's otherwise really, really bad. And Kai, you really don't want that to get screwed up. So we changed it back to single item. And we do deselect by selecting it. So, now, with the rest of the houses, we can do a floor. So how many items do I have? 14? So we'll do, well, 7 and 2 would be the smartest, but I don't think that's going to look right, but we'll give it a shot. 7 items with 2, and then we're going to want no roll. We're just going to see how it comes out this way. So we'll build it. What does it look like? Well, we don't know yet, so let's bring it over here. I'm gonna just bring it over to where I need to see it. Select, change these items, bring to me. Wow, you're right on top of each other. That's not good. Did I? Oh, it didn't measure them. Why did that happen? Because it didn't measure them. I messed up. Builds. We're gonna reset. And then we're gonna do measure. So now it's measured them. So now we have 14 items. I did not measure it. That was my mistake. It was using the old stats of what the previous item was that I was working with, and I hadn't reset it or anything, so it was using the wrong one. So see, now you see it works right because it uses the proper measurements. Now, if you want to make sure it's like exactly the same, like right up against each other, what you have to realize is that in EHT, it's using the dimensions that ZOS sees these items as. ZOS adds a little extra space in between, like on the edges of its items. So it's always going to have a little bit of extra space for most items, especially like the hitbox for Ivy or whatever is annoying. So what you can do is change it slightly so that you can change the spacing between the items. Maybe -0.5 might work. And I thought so too. Over time, I got used to it. It's a lot of what do you call it? Trial and error. So there you go. See, it closes the space up in between because the hitbox of the item is bigger than the item itself. So now it's nice and closed up, right? But what we want to do is change all of these to be the same height and the same angles and everything else of the one that I already did. So let's go find the one I already did. There it is, right? So in order to make this a little easier, we're going to change this to manually move any selected item to adjust that individual item. Click that again and it changes to manually move any selected item to move all selected items as a group. That's what we want, because we're going to take this item, we're going to put it over here to get it out of the way, and now it moves everything for you and it keeps them together. Yeah, I know. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I totally get that. All right, so then the next thing we want to do is we want to change these items to have the same orientation. So we're going to be, where's the orient? Orient each item with the target's orientation. So those are all selected. Now it wants me to select an item that it's going to orient with. We want it to be that. I selected it. Now look, they're all oriented to be the same. It's like facing the same direction. It's a little bit weird. I'm not sure. I guess it's because the orientation's off, but I don't really care. And then we're going to change these items to each. I want them to be the same size. I can't remember which axis that I need. Let me just double check this real quick. So the axis is the X and the Z, not the Y. Alright. So we want to align it with the same X and Z. Close. Alright, change these items to align with... Align each item with target X. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, and then the next one I need to do is align it with each Y. Or is it the Z? I can't remember. Yes, Y. No, Z. Derp. I can't do the organize. That's the thing. I wish I could, but I can't. I just can't. I wish I could figure it out, you know? I mean, if you can make it work, then great. We'll try it. Here. See, I'm afraid that the organize wouldn't work because of the weird angle I have this on. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And I didn't do it in it. So, organize. Whoops. Organize, theoretically, would allow you to snap items to it. So, for example, hey, by the way, I told you guys I'm not really good at this. I'm not a genius when it comes to this stuff. I do this stuff through trial and error, for reals. This is really how I do it poorly. So, organize, snap to. I'm still trying to learn this. I don't think snap would work because of the way that it's not on the right angle. Oh. It's not working. It takes work. Click the item to align with. Where'd it go? Great, now I lost it. There it is. Oh yeah, that looks aligned. We could do it one by one and see. All right. Yes. Let's try it. See, you gotta understand, I'm not a math person. This is not a me thing, you know? Like, but you can see what it's doing. Oriented, meaning this side is facing this side. That's exactly what it should do. Now we want to change the item to the same height. So level each item with the target. The target is this one. It should be... Oh, come on. Fine, we'll orient you again. There. So that's the same height and the same orientation, theoretically. It should just work. Now, I should be able to make a floor with a snap to it or something, but I suck. Yeah, I should snap now. All right. Oh. Nah, it's not letting me do it. Maybe because I have things aligned, like selected. Not selected. Now we'll try it. Oh, snap together. Nope, not working. I don't know why. Perhaps I'll die. What am I doing wrong? See my point? If there were a tardy on, I would ask him. Whoa! I have this in the wrong thing. hold on a second. I've got it so that they all move together, and I don't want to do that. There. Thank you for the follow. I don't think it's gonna work, but maybe it did. Look at that. It worked. All right. No, no, that. And they both have to be selected, correct? I think it's going up and not forward. See, this is the problem. It's not really... Are you sure? Because the alignment, I think, is fine. It's the, Are you sure? Because it's just making it go up and down. Look, watch. That's all the red alignment is doing. I don't want it to do that. See? There we go. That's the one I wanted. You see what I'm talking about, though? When things don't go the way you expect them to. We got to the solution. It's fine. It's fine. We got to the solution. The solution is to close them together like that. Boom. Oi, oi, oi. So, there we go. Snap 2. Now we just close that. And that's what I want to do with the floors. Now, what are we going to do about these things? I have ideas. I have ideas for how to close them. But for the time being, this is going to be a pain in the ass, but I think I could do it faster the next time. I know, I show it work. I know. You're telling me. I get it. I completely get it that it should work. I have another one in my inventory. This is like my life. Wait, why isn't it working? It should work. And that's exactly how I feel about everything. All right. Another one. Door thingy. Let's do a third one, shall we? See if we can get it right. Yes, that's true. I could copy and paste them together. You're so smart. All right, so derp, and then derp, and then we're gonna copy this. We're gonna go to copy paste. We're gonna do clear, and we're gonna copy selection. Not cut and copy, just copy selection. Yes, confirm. So now we have that. And then we're gonna take this one and we're gonna do paste from inventory. Thank you, you're so smart. I can't change the filter. It's not a filter. All right, paste from inventory. All right, current location instead of, whoa, why are you doing it that way? No. I should have done original location so it didn't do that stupidly. I should have done it from original location. We'll do an undo. One of the nice things about EHT is it has an undo. So if you do multiple items with the same selection, it will undo the multiple items as well if it's not broken, which apparently it is. I'm ready to stab things. Why is nothing working today? Have you noticed that I'm having very bad luck today? I think I'm having very bad luck today. I don't know why I'm having very bad luck today, but I am. Cardi. I hope you're watching this, Cardi, because I'm losing my damn mind. What, with nothing working? Alright, we're going to do original location this time. Alright, so what happened now is that it posted 2 of them right on top of the ones that are already there. But what's nice about it is that those are currently selected. So if I go here and then I do forward, you'll see, look. Now you can see they're the same level pretty much. I should have used precision edit so that it didn't change anything. But I don't really care. I'll fix it later with, you know, making everything look exactly the same. But point is, if I keep doing this, this is the easier way. Let's see, how close are we to do a floor like this? There we go. It's about the right height, right? I can always futz with it later. And this is the problem with trying to make floors and whatnot, is you're gonna have, they're pains in the butts, I'm not gonna lie. Right. And you just keep on keeping on, and now you can just make it as big as or as little as you want it to be. Oi, oi! We'll try it again. All right. And then we're gonna do copy paste, clear, confirm, copy selection, confirm, paste from inventory, original location, so I don't mess it up again. Yeah, it takes a long time, but so would individually trying to lay these exactly the same. I think you would have problems with it. Forward, forward. To get the same height and everything. If I was smart, I would just snap them all. But I'm not smart. Now, some people like to use the cardinal locations. See, they'll use north, south, east, west. I prefer to use the relative locations, which is less accurate. So, like, for example, because I'm facing slightly not north, south, or east or west, it's not going to work precisely right. But this is how much I care, meaning I don't. My builds are never going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. I just want them to work in a way that I understand them. And it's less important for them to be perfect and more important for me to understand my own builds. So, there you go. 4 more floors. And then, I think that's going to be it because I want to build a pool. So I think I'll just stop there. And then we'll do... deselect all. Whoops. Why are you being stupid? Just close. Alright, deselect all. I have a stupid button that lets me deselect all, and it's really not working. Well, I mean, it's as good as it's going to get with my arthritis, son. I don't think I can do much better than that. What I can do is move it to where I want it to be, which I haven't really quite 100% decided where that is yet. But, it's true. Let me do this. Select all. And then we want to move them as a group. Thank you. And we want to put them, I don't know. We got to see where the walls are. Here, maybe? We can always move them down again. I do love that we can move everything as just one great big thing, you know? Now, what I'm going to do is put, like, plant life, fishies, coral, whatever, underneath. So I got to give it a little bit of space underneath. And then I like the idea of a bridge or something. Who the hell knows? I mean, we all have our preferences, right? I have asked. That is my big ask. If we ever get it, I will be right there with you buying them all. Now, I don't know really what I want to do with this house. What I was just trying to do is just show you guys how to start building a house. It's much easier when you use regular, it's much easier when you use regular floors and not this crazy angled thing that you have to use. I want to grab some trees. I'm looking for a specific kind, and I don't know if I have them, but we'll go check. I want to use mangrove trees. And I want to use them as my supports on the different sides of the house. The first floor isn't going to have any walls really proper. I mean, it might have some fencing in that case, but I don't think I'm going to use like walls. I don't know. I don't ask. I just let them do what they want to do, you know? Conservatory. We're looking for trees. Banyan might work, but I need 4 of them. Who knows? Alright, it doesn't look like I have any mangrove trees I can use. So what we're going to do is we go to Lovely North. Because Lovely North is where we go to find houses. To find the things we need. I go to Lovely North and I look for home furniture, trees, topiaries, and shrubs. And we want mangrove. Tree, young mangrove. Tree, solitary mangrove. I guess we'll go with the solitary mangrove, which is in Eleanor. There's a lot of problems with the new version of EHT. I would maybe recommend rolling back. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why it's not showing you open houses. Maybe your community is off. You still have to have the little blue house running. If you haven't updated, you might have to go into, hold on. No, what's going on is this here. You see the little blue house? Did you update it? Because it's not enough to just There should be one that says Updater, Essential Housing Community Updater. You gotta close your Essential Housing Tools community, run the updater in this folder, and then it should work again if you reload. I mean, beyond that, I don't know. Okay. Because I have a feeling that you have to update the... Right. I think you have to, even if it's running, I think you have to update it with the updater, otherwise it won't work with it. And then try reloading. Untitled. She has a great name, doesn't she? Not. All right, lady. We need mangroves, not saplings. I want the solitaries. Don't know if this is gonna work. Has anyone else noticed that they're getting closed out of stuff? Like, I'll have this open, and then it'll just close on its own. Has anyone else had that experience? Like, I'll be looking at something and it just closes. I don't know why that would be happening, but it's happening. I'm testing things. I'm buying a bunch of different things so I can test them, so. Wonder why that's happening, that it's closing on its own. It's really deeply irritating, and it's like, you know, I want to tell people that this is going on, but I find it frustrating. Not even just Somerset. I'm having it on the traders. I'll be clicking through and it'll just close me out of the trader. And I don't know why. So, I mean, it's bad enough on the traders, but to get it on vendors too is really annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like terminating whatever you're doing when you're interacting with it. Very strange. Yeah, exactly, 6. Interesting. Well, it certainly did just happen to me at there. Alright, let's try different trees. My original idea was this solitary mangrove, but it may not work because it's so skinny. I want something a little less skinny to hold things up. No, that's not going to work. So let's try something less skinny. That might work, that upstream, but it shouldn't. It doesn't look very watery. I may have to buy one on I may have to buy a giant mangrove on that Crown store, which I really didn't want to do, but you never know. All right, ancient ginkgo. No, I'm gonna stick with the upstretched shade and then maybe buy some ginkgos, because the giant ones, because the idea I had is, you know, I want water-based trees to be holding these things up. Otherwise it looks weird. But I think for the time being we'll just put placeholders there till I go buy more. I kind of wanted it to be like, and it's just not gonna work. Why can't I have a big mangrove tree without having to pay money for it? That's annoying. Alright. In case you don't know, this is how you buy things that aren't necessarily in the Crown store right now. So if you just go in your house and look for things, like for example, mangrove. This is perhaps the ginormous one. This is the ginormous one. How much is it? Jesus, 90? Let's see how it'll work, huh? We'll buy one. That'll work. It's not as thick as I was hoping, but it's not bad. I need the height. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't do it the way I had planned. Part of what I was thinking was... Alright, I'll show you what I was thinking. Trial and error, folks. Trial and error. Lots of error. Mostly error. Now, if I wanted to go more affordable with this, I could use just the Solitude thatch fencing. But I think instead I want to use the handfast trees. Oh crap, that's green shade. I mean groutwood. Fine. I thought it was green shade. Might even be Malibator. Do we let me look at Lovely North. It's Mount Latour, Volquaiston. Hate that I can never remember this shit. Now, I think part of the reason why I'm having so much trouble feeling more comfortable about my abilities is also because of the treehouse contest that happened in EU. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that that was insane. The work that people came up with, I just masterpieces, all of them. Very, very, very impressive work. And it ended up making me feel kind of pathetic, but what are you gonna do? You're not always gonna be perfect. This is also where you buy ivy, if you want some of the ivies. There you are, heavy sack. Alright, let's buy like... ten of these. Alright. And I was thinking about using those as fences around, or, you know, short walls around the house. On the first floor. The second floor and whatnot. I know, Palm. I tell you guys not to do it, and then I do it. I know. I'm horrible. I'm terrible like that. I know. But let me just show you an example of what I had in mind. Alright. So you see these Wood Elf Union trellises? I was thinking they may not work because they don't look necessarily right, but the idea being that I was going to try to do something like this along the sides. Right? May not work. May not look right. Who the hell knows? But it was an idea. Gonna throw some effort at it. The real trick is going to be trying to figure out how to create the second floor. Like, what am I going to use to be supports for the second floor? I'm not really sure yet. And of course, I only have half of what I need, but it was just as a test because I didn't want to buy all of them if they didn't work, right? I think if I tweak it a little bit, it should work. Yeah, my original idea was to use a tree as the supports, but I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, I'm hearing that from a lot of people. You're not the only one. I mean, I don't really know what to tell him because I think he's going to get his feelings hurt kind of bad. But I see what you're all saying, and I don't necessarily disagree. Whoops. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't want to be the one to break it to him. But I'm gonna have to be the one to break it to him, aren't I? It's not just the font for me. It's just the fact that it is graphical is a problem for me. I really feel like the graphic thing side part of it just does not work for me. Not a fan. I preferred the text. And I know that makes me like a fun killer, but what am I supposed to do? I'm not the only one who feels that way either. We all kind of are saying the same thing. Oh, thank you. We'll see how that works out. I may have to sync them down a little bit. I'm just playing with it at this point. The whole point is that I just wanted to show you guys like how to build a freestanding is mainly, yeah, I know. The main way of making a freestanding is you start with a floor. It doesn't have to be this kind of crazy ass floor. It could just be a regular floor. And then the next thing you worry about are the walls. Now, if I was smart and I was really trying to show you, I would have given you like real walls, like Eleanor or something like that. We can always put those back. I just want to show you how to do real walls so that you don't feel like I only have. I know. You're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm aware. Really? I feel like I'm just pulling it out of my ass and not very well either. Now, if you were smart and you wanted to, I would just use normal walls. But just for an example's sake, I'm grabbing this because this is here. You would just, you know, using EHT if you wanted to, but doing it freehand if you wanted to, you would just put walls. And then you've got, you know, I don't know that I have any real walls here except for these. Here. These are kind of real walls. They look like shit, but they're supposed to. They're only bricks. And then the next thing you would do are making, you would make roof. So that's the basic thing for how you start with housing, a freestanding house. We're not going to leave this. I'm just putting this here so you guys can see what you would be doing if you were actually creating a freestanding normal house like this. Now, keep in mind that you would also have to add windows, and so these would not be the best. Well, if you want to, you don't have to add windows, but if you wanted to, you could add windows. And part of the way that you add windows is by planning ahead. Like, for example, let's say you want a window here, right? You would have to leave a gap. And then the way you fix the gap is after you put whatever you want to be the window in there, you would have to fill in this bottom and this top part with something else. And how do you do that? Well, let me show you some screenshots, because I think screenshots are probably the best way to show you what other people have done to fill windows up. Because windows are not easy. Let me show you real quick. Everything's up to date in Kansas City. You're gone about as far as we can go. Architecture windows. Windows! Alright. Let me find the kind of windows that I mean. Here. Alright. We'll pop up some. Okay. So here you have one trick you can do. If you don't want to put, this is Raven Serrana, if you don't want to actually put windows in, you just want to use a solid wall, you could put display cases or other mirrors or whatever and have a facade window so that they don't actually have to be built into the wall. You can just add them afterwards. Here's another facade window. And then somebody using the, this is Charlotte, in fact, using these as windows. Now these are something I'm planning on using. These are the rotted bog trees. You can use them to, as, you know, she's using them as filler for her walls. Here's another thing you can do. I think this is probably Chrysaea. Yeah, she used furniture to cover up the spots above and below. And then she wallpapered her walls so that you can't even tell. Another way to do it is to just put panes in and go all the way up to the ceiling and all the way down to the floor. What did Alley Tubes do? Alley Tubes added... Okay, so Alley Tubes made walls out of... This is Hall Lunar Champion, so maybe she didn't. This might be the interior of the front room. Either way, faux walls are probably the easiest. And then you have this amazing thing by Swankery, because she's utterly ridiculous. She's so good. This was her testing piece. I shouldn't show it off. Let me see. I'm trying to find one that does it without faux walls. One that has an actual see-through window. Here. They left a gap, right, on either side, and then they put display windows, display cases here as the window, and then they filled in the top with probably a library. That's Nilira. Here's a tricksy one. This is skill, all right? What they did here is they used Merkmeyer walls, and there's a diamond cutout in the Merkmeyer walls. So what they did is they put the walls together so that there was a diamond cutout, and then they just stuck the Sithis door in there, and then sunk. This is just amazing. Sunk the Brotherhood stained glass into it. So it's just this amazing stained glass window. Kind of a shocker on how good that one was. This is actually a diorama, and War made this. They used planks. They just put the planks around the spot they were going to use for the window, leaving it blank, and then in the inside they filled it full of stuff. Planks are probably the easiest way to make a wall with a window in it. This is Six Alaric, who's fucking ridiculous, because I love him to death, but he's fucking ridiculous. This is, and that's in a good way, display cases. But also they used as a as a wall, as a, what do you call it, a window frame. They used the two of the tonal arcs. So they had a frame around it, and then they made the walls kind of round to go with it. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I say that I feel overwhelmed with the abilities that I see. Here's an example of Chrysaea. Chrysaea made this from scratch. There's no other way to say it. She used, like, planks and stuff. Not planks, wood and stuff. And then she left this blank, see? These are just 2 pillars of wood. And then she used crisscrossy poles to make panes. There's all different kinds of ways. There's a lot of swankeries to make windows that are fake windows. I think it's hard. This is Bompson leaving a gap in his build between the metal and the plank, and then filling it in with display cases that fit perfectly. You gotta think ahead of time about how do you want to do this? How do you want to fill it, if at all? Walking Spanish, left one side empty and then just filled it with poles. Just gorgeous work. This Tactical did. Honestly, like, I'm not even sure how Tactical did that. This is Aya. So, like I said, this is a perfect example. Ali Tubes is here. Okay. So Ali knew she wanted a window here. So what does she do? She leaves an opening. When she's building her walls, she leaves an opening. So it leads to having, okay, you have one fence up here, you have one fence here, one fence here, and she left it blank. She just left this opening, right? And then she filled it later with whatever she wanted as her window panes. But the point is that this is the part that I have trouble with, is the planning ahead of where I want my windows and knowing how to make it look right. Another example of Ali's good work here. She knew she wanted a window here and left it blank. This is even harder. This is Ananir, who I think is on with us. Ananir planned ahead by using doorways, right? Left these blank, I'm assuming, with the poles, then filled in with doorways and fences. Right. That is what I was trying to get at, is leaving gaps and then you fill them in somehow. This is another Ananir. Probably also left the gaps when they were building. It's not a simple, this one is just genius. We won't even get to that one right now. I'll explain it to you sometime in the future. Chrysaea. I mean, this is what we're talking about when planning building houses. This is one of the hardest things to do, I find, is to plan ahead where you want these windows and how you want them to look. Look at that. That's just so good. So that's the problem I have when building, is I want to make sure that I leave gaps in the walls, but I don't even know where I want this yet, right? Right now it's just to show you. It's not even to like actually end up here. It may end up in the mountain for all I friggin' know. It's just something to show you how to do it, because I know a lot of you are like, how the hell do I build a freestanding, right? How do people do that? How do people just start from nothing and build something? The easiest way is, I asked somebody that once. I had a friend who was a GM, and he built some of the most amazing freestanding homes. And I asked him, how do you do it? Like, how do you start a freestanding home? He goes, well, first you build the floor, then you build the walls. And honestly, he's not wrong. I mean, we all have our own ways of doing it, but that's not the worst way of doing it. Honestly, is to start with the one and then go to the next and then make the roof or whatever. But always try to remember to leave gaps for your windows. Otherwise, don't, and then make fake ones on the outside. But if you're somewhere like here, where you're in Grand Topol and you have amazing ass sunsets, don't do faux windows. Um, use the gorgeous space here that you can do for just gorgeous scenery. Take advantage of your surroundings. You don't want to block out things. Uh, One last thing I'll show you. Um, that's probably simpler to explain. I don't know if this is helpful. Would you guys rather I just tour, or do you prefer actual, like, this is Stabby building and showing you how to do things, and here's some suggestions of things that I've learned? Because I'm not really great at building, but I'm pretty good at explaining things if you're curious. I don't know what the answer is, what I should be focusing on. So this was the first freestanding I did. I'm not in love with it, but it's alright. So what I did here is once I created the floor, which is so much simpler than I'm working on now. You see, I just used Alanori stuff. Okay, we can do a mix. I just used Alanori floors, right? Simple as pie. Then I decided, okay, I'm going to make the walls. I figured I was going to have a gap like a wedding cake. So I didn't go all the way up to what would have been the roof. I just put a fence around. I wanted it to be wedding cake-like. And then once you make the fence, I was like, okay, I have a first floor. What am I going to do next? And I wanted it to be open. Oh, thanks. Well, some people are really talented and have done way better ways of doing things than I have, so I'd rather share that with you than not. So because I wanted this to be a wedding cake kind of build, I did build up. I built the next floor, and I was like, I need supports. Unfortunately, I should have thought of the supports first, but I didn't. I added the supports after. And then I was like, oh, third tier wedding cake. Do it again with a smaller floor. You know, here's the floor. So you can see, I just basically made a wedding cake. Oh, thank you. And then I went up to the top floor, and I'm like, this isn't wedding cakey enough. If I had to redo it, I would change these stairs. And then I went up here, and here's the top, the wedding topper. If you're, you know, if you're into that kind of thing, this was the wedding topper. And then I just wanted it to look like, really, I just wanted it to look like a wedding cake. So what you'll notice is there's lots of arches to make it look kind of wedding cakey. And then I used EHT to finish things out. But the idea being that you can close up buildings, but it's kind of a sin to do it. Yeah, exactly, Pommy. But they didn't have those when I was building this. The main point of why I wanted to leave it open is because we're up in the air. We're up in the sky. Let's enjoy it, right? Let's not close off this fantastic view. And let's instead enjoy it. And so closing it up, I think here would have been not something that I would have done, but I know people who have, and it looks great for them. It's just for me, I feel like this is something I want to do. Now, look at how simplistic this build is compared to, for example, my beloved Chrysea, whose Pariah's Pinnacle is enough to make you want to cry. It's so good. So I did what I was so proud of, right? I was so proud of this build. It was like, oh, this is my masterpiece. Like, I've never done anything like that before. And I was very proud of it. And then you go to Chrysea's and you'll see what she's done, because she's very advanced compared to me. She's way more advanced than me. And she shows you a whole different way of going about it, I think. She's even got a little arrow here. And she built off onto the side of the mountain. Well, I don't know why I don't have any effects. There are thousands of effects should be in here. And then you see this, right? Isn't that stunning? Isn't that just something else? I think so. And you can go in it. And it's just astonishingly beautiful. I don't have this ability. And so I look at my little wedding cake and I'm like, you know, like compared to friggin' Cinderella Castle. I just can't do it. Oh man, it breaks me up. It breaks me. I shouldn't really tour this right now because I don't have any of the effects, and it really needs the effects in order to look as stunning as it possibly can. There's all sorts of just beautiful effect work in it as well. As well she should. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Mine was a little wedding cake. This is a masterpiece of castle work. You know, mine was just supposed to be a little fluky little build that I was proud of. And then you know. Well, so is Swankery, honestly. Swankery, Chrysea, they're all in leagues of their own. And then their cobbling work, their everything. So it's just beautiful. I don't begrudge anybody their talent. Certainly not these two who, honestly, I adore Chrysea and Swankery. They're considered really good friends, and I adore them both. No hard feelings. All I'm saying is that that's the crisis I'm going through, is like, you know, I'll never be as proud of it as if I made something like this, right? Oh, exactly. And what do you think I've been for the last few months? Completely paralyzed. Fiendish. Fiendish is in a friggin' league of her own as well. I am paralyzed. That's what's happened. So I decided to go Bob Ross and say fuck it and just decide to build what I want and don't worry about like if it's good or not. Right? Just do what I want and not worry about it. So that's what we're gonna try to work towards in the future of this stream is we'll look at stuff, we'll do a little work on the house, and we'll try to be proud of ourselves, even if it's something that doesn't rise to the level of magnificence, you know? Yeah, but it doesn't make me happy if I'm making something that's like not something I'm proud of, you know what I mean? So I want to be proud of it. But my you know, my work is more on the simplistic level than something this fancy, and I give you and I mean all of these people have artistic views that look different, and mine tends. My ex-husband tends to do a lot of work with like rainbows and simple basic colors and whatnot, even though he's a graphic designer, and his stuff looks great. It's very him. Whenever I see it, I'm like, oh, that's very you. He's a professional, and you know, it's just his shapes are rounded, and he's got a very style. Housing Stuga? You mean Housing Stuga to come up to me, say, you know how long I've been waiting for you? So my style I tend to think is more basic, and that these are more advanced, and I guess I'm the rainbows and rounded things is basically what I'm getting at. I'm not really making sense, but you get the idea. I just wish, I don't know. Regardless, doesn't matter, I'm working on it. Yeah, as a housing dummy. That would be funny. Alright, I'm going to be back tomorrow. We'll do more building, but we'll also do more touring. A lot more touring than we did today. I'm going to try to catch up on my indexing. And I'm going to go eat my leftover pizza because I'm hungry. And I will see you guys later. And thanks for the pep talks today. I definitely need it. And I'll figure out what the hell is wrong with my camera, too. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Let me run the contest if I don't forget. Big winner. I'm kind of burnt, but I can do it in the future. Ananir! NA or EU, Ananir? Either one. Mananir. Mananir. Anyone know? I think you want it on NA. If you don't, you can send it back. If you want it on EU, I'll give it to you on EU, but... Congrats! Alright, folks, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for cheering me up. You really did. So thank you. Catch you later, sweeties. Sweet potatoes! See you tomorrow. Bye.